Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I wanted to do a very specific video in honor of DC Universe Supergirl releasing within the next few weeks, or at least hopefully within the next few weeks. I decided to do a ranking video. That's right, I'm gonna rank all of the Supergirl cards in the game, and I will include Power Girl. I know people say that, oh, she's a different person, but you know what? It's my list, and it is as it is. So, without further ado, let's get on with the list. Coming in at number 5, we have the original Supergirl card. This card was released at the beginning of the game, and was an okay card back then. There was obviously no solo raids when the game first came out, so it wasn't really like this card was making much of an impact. And as we get into her ability here, which is the only ability that she has, which allows her to keep her power upon a basic under swipe attack critting. Obviously the dark metal cards does help out a lot in that endeavor, as you guys see there. And yeah, no, there's not much else to mention from this card. She's an okay card, but she starts off the list at number 5. So coming in at number 4, the original Multiverse Supergirl. She's an okay card for me too. She's slightly above classic Supergirl because she can do a bit more for her team. Like, for example, like obviously you have the first passive, which gives everyone who's partnered up with her an additional 15 defense, which is really nice. It's nice and like you don't have to necessarily max out whoever you team up with her to their fullest capabilities in defense at least. But other than that, her second passive is way more useful in my opinion, and that is the 50% incoming damage reduction when she reaches 50% health. The only character that can bypass this is Raven, and obviously if you have an artifact that takes away buffs, then of course it becomes like pointless. But for the most part, I rarely run into that when I play her, so it's really useful, especially for Champions Arena, and you have online and league invasions. So those reasons alone is why she is my number 4. And now we're gonna go on to number 3. So for my number 3 spot, breaking the list in half, is Power Girl. Again, with a consistent theme here to all of the Supergirl / Power Girl characters, they have some way to support themselves as well as the team. And this is no different for this one because she gives herself an overtime damage buff, which only really stacks up to like 36% as long as she stays in the battle, which isn't all that great, but it's okay. And obviously the main thing here, the thing that pushes her up to number 3 above the other two, is the fact that she can help your team with power cost. She decreases the special power cost by 2. And I think that that can be really helpful when it comes to teams that use puppets, especially like with Aquaman and stuff like that. I remember like in the beginning stages of like solo raids, it was very useful. And it still is to this day, whether you're online, whether you're in league raids or in Champions Arena, it's still a very useful passive. And also with her own modifier being the Might class, she gets untouchable for 5 seconds along with an incoming damage boost. So spamming that with the first special is really scary to deal with, honestly. And I think she fits solidly at number 3. So now we're gonna move on to number 2. So for number 2, it was obvious for me, and it's Multiverse Armored Supergirl. A character with many abilities, but sadly, very few use cases outside of those abilities. So, for her first ability, she starts off with a certain number of power bars depending on 1, how many multiverse teammates she has, and 2, how many multiverse teammates she's going up against. In certain scenarios, she can obviously start out with almost a full bar of power if she really wanted to, and in the right circumstances, of course. Her second passive gives her a 25% additional power generation against night class heroes. So the Supermans, the Aquamans, Supergirls. So she's very useful at that. And then finally, her biggest thing is her interruption, allowing her to stop specials and also gain like 4 power bars, so it's damn near really useful. And not to mention, other than those things, she also has additional abilities on her specials. Obviously, her first special, which is the burn, and it hits 4 times in a row. So, if you get hit with that, even once, she becomes untouchable. And she gains the incoming damage buff, and you can't hit her. Now, on her second special, she gains a defense bonus, which is, I believe she becomes crit immune, basically, and her entire team also becomes crit immune, as long as they're multiverse, of course. And it's really damn strong in certain scenarios, like especially in like Champions Arena online. It's used to really good effect, especially if you have someone else that can tank the damage. And on top of that too, her special 3 gives her more critical damage. On top of, let's say you partner her up with the Flash, now you don't even need to give her any critical attack damage at all, thus giving her a lot of attack. And with that special 3, it bursts through any shields. Also on top of that, it makes you reflect immune. So let's say you're hitting a Nightmare, or just a Batman in general, right? And you don't get affected by his reflect. Now, why is she only number 2? She's only number 2 because in solo raids, she doesn't do that much damage. People partner her up with like Puppet, obviously, and before, she used to do almost 1 million, or 1 billion. But now, it's close to maybe 400 million, if that, with maxed out passive stats. So, yeah, that's why, all those things considered, she's only number 2. Number 1 was an easy choice for me. It was Girl of Steel, Supergirl. She released alongside the Flash movie as promotion. So, she, to me, is top 2 support in the game. But not only is she a support, she can also be used as a damage dealer. And the way she is used for both is due to her passive. The Solar Absorption passive, which gives her a stack of Solar Shield every time her or her teammates do a special. The best thing about the Solar Shield is it protects you from a negative effect. So every time, for example, you know, you get hit with a negative effect, whether it be power reduction, power lock, or damage over time, the Solar Shield will proc, and it will essentially nullify the effect and make it useless. And alongside with that, she gains a 400% damage buff per the stacking of the shields. So once her specials go yellow, she uses it obviously, and she gains a damage buff. A damage buff of, I believe, 35 right now, or 50, something like that, because I have her pretty leveled up there. So she can get it really easily. In my case, she can get it within 2 uses of her special 3, once it's solar powered. And also, like, alongside that, she gains the ability to blind her opponents and put burning on them, so putting 2 debuffs on them, and making her a decent use case with Puppet or League of Anarchy. She's really fun to use, especially when you can get her to be used as a damage dealer, or, you know, in most cases she will obviously be used as a support. Now, will she still be number 1 after the update? Who knows? I'm hoping that the DCU Supergirl that is released will be used more as a damage dealer, because I think that in her card case she's missing that. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of my ranking. Let me know if you guys have different opinions. Let me know you guys' ranking in the comment section. I'm very interested to know. Also, please let me know if you guys want more videos like this, more lists and stuff like that, by liking the video and commenting it. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.